Morning guys, it's refeed day. I'm so excited because you know what that means. It means more carbs. That's what that means. And who doesn't love carbs? Someone who is clearly not living their best life. Just kidding, do as you may. So I kind of want to talk about a little bit what a refeed is and why you get refeeds. So a refeed is basically a controlled, it's basically an up in carbs. You're basically on a low calorie, super low carb diet, and your body starts to get depleted. You may be a little fatigued, you might hit a weight loss plateau, you might feel watery, and like you have no muscle, you're not getting pumps in the gym. So this is when your coach, or if you coach yourself, is when you would implement a refeed. Now a refeed is a jump in carbohydrate intake, but a controlled amount. So it's not a free day, it's not a cheat day, it's not go have ice cream and whatever you want, and it's not a day to, you use those carbs in a smart way. So for example, for me, I'm only showing my macros for educational purposes. Do not copy them because everyone's different. Just have to disclaim that. Right now I am 1.5 weeks out from my next competition. So my carbs are at 95 grams of carbs daily, 50 fat, and 140 protein. So for my refeed, my coach is giving me 200 grams of carbs, 40 grams of fat, and 100 grams of protein. So see how she manipulates it where my carbs are high, my fats are a little bit lower, because if you drop your fats too low, it can cause digestive issues, and my protein is lower. So it evens out the caloric intake. So that's kind of the difference. Anyway, the purpose of the refeed is so, you get the glycogen back in your muscles, your metabolism fires up, you drop weight usually, and it's kind of like a reset or a jump start to your weight loss, fat loss, whatever. So I am going to be showing you guys my meals. It's gonna be pretty much, I try to keep them in my breakfast because your girl loves breakfast. So I'm gonna make some breakfast sandwiches. Y'all, I don't know how I'm gonna finish this breakfast, but I'm gonna figure it out because this is fun. Let me show you what I got. Oh, I have 2 breakfast Sammies. I still have egg whites cooking. And then I have these oats. Yes. Oh, I said I did not know how I was gonna finish my breakfast. Well, I finished that. I tore that up. Now what I'm trying to do, because this is pretty much how I do like most of my macros. This is pretty much how I know what I'll eat based around my macros. I will log in what I want to eat ahead of time, and then I'll kind of just follow it. So I have my Fitness Pal, and I've already logged everything that I want to eat for the day, lunch, dinner, snacks, and I make it fit my macros ahead of time, so I'm not like wondering throughout the day, like what do I want, what am I eating, It's so hard to fit my macros, man. So just fill it out ahead of time, know what you have or what you can get, or maybe you can eat out and like log it. But I do it ahead of time, so I meet them ahead of time. So far with my breakfast, for my midday snack, I gave myself 2 brown rice cakes with 20 grams of peanut butter. For lunch, I have 3 ounces of grilled chicken with veggies and a brown rice cake. For dinner, I have 1.5 ounces of grilled chicken and more veggies. And then I have 55 grams of carbs left. So I don't really know what to eat. I don't know, I'm not the type of person, and it's a better practice to not do this, use your you know, extra carbs like on sugary stuff, like, oh, like I can get a caramel macchiato with just like 50 grams of carbs, but like all of it is from sugar. You know, you don't want to like do that because it could just offset your bloating and that kind of thing. But I don't know. I mean, we have a lot of food at my job, so I think I'll have like a granola bar. I was thinking of doing like, because I don't have any, I would just use rice or sweet potatoes, but I don't think I have any rice. And my parents made yuca, but like they used a lot of oil, so. But this is when you start to like improvise, look around your house, get creative. I think that's what I'm gonna do right now, so be right back. Remembered that we do have plain Cheerios at my job, so that'll be one of my snacks, is one of the granola bars and a cup of plain Cheerios with like, you know, they have almond milk there as well, so I'll do that, and I'll just take away from my fats. And that's how you do macros. You just balance where you can so you can fit in other things that you want. It's almost peak week 2, so like, my coach has been telling me that I'm way more tight than last time, which I agree. Here, let me like flex a little for y'all. Can't see nothing, but yeah, not much to see there. But you'll see it on show day. Show day, yes. It's very soon. Dinner and lunch. I'm a simple gal, so on prep I don't really care what I eat, I guess. So this is the gourmet trio. Comes with French beans, broccoletti, and carrots. And for lunch, I'm going to split one bag, one for lunch, one for dinner. And yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. It has all the nutrition facts on here. I also wanted to note that, ooh, that lighting for the muscles. Hello. What about my abs? Anyway, so in my last video, I showed you guys these digestive enzymes and probiotics that I take. And I definitely noticed a difference when I don't take them. So this lighting is weird, but I definitely notice a difference when I don't take them. Like my bloating comes back, and I also just digestive wise, like my digestion just isn't the same, and I can feel it too. So because I had a pretty big breakfast, you know, I'm gonna take 2. I take like max 9 of these daily. Sometimes if I know that my body's gonna need a little more extra help breaking down a meal, hence like that big breakfast I had, or if I'm eating like rice, like a lot of rice, or potatoes, I don't know, something like that, I'll take 2 with the meal, just because my body specifically needs that extra help when it comes to breaking down some foods. So that is my plain lunch, but I'm gonna be having with rice cakes, And yeah, my dinner's under it, nothing exciting. It's the same thing, less portions. And then the rest I'll be having at my work. Also, got my competition suit. I can't wait to show y'all. It looks real good. I'ma look real fly. Okay, goodbye. So today's the next day and the refeed did me good. I'm gonna post some videos from my iPhone for check-ins from my coach. Here. I feel great. I'm about to hit the gym, do some legs. Feel super tight. And it was the perfect amount without feeling extra spillage, like I'm holding extra water or bloated. It was literally the perfect amount. So personally, I feel like I could use another refeed, like another smaller refeed, just to keep everything going, and then drop carbs like the next day, but we'll see what my coach says. Today I'm gonna kill some lugs in my hour cardio, and I'll see you guys soon. Morning guys, I woke up at a new low weigh-in. Oh, by the way, it's Saturday, September 28th. I hit a new low weigh-in of 120.8. Yes, and we are practicing posing. Posing is super important because as a bikini competitor, you know, you are judged way more on your physique. In every division, you are judged way more than your physique. But in the bikini division especially, it's based on the whole package. So your hair, your makeup, your tan, your attitude, the way you present yourself on stage, your posing specifically. Your posing should display confidence, personality, control, and you know, like you're gonna win. You could have the best physique on stage, but if your posing's not strong, then you could literally get last place for posing. So I'm gonna be practicing that, and you'll just see like how I incorporate my personality and everything. And yeah, by the way, this is not the bikini I'm wearing. I will be revealing it very soon. Alrighty guys, I'm going to be taking you through some posing because it is so important, especially in the bikini division. The reason why posing is so important is because you can hide your flaws and accentuate your strengths with it. And if you do the opposite from lack of posing, it can cause you some placings. So the first thing is to hit your front pose. Your front pose should display balance between the upper and lower body. It should accentuate a tiny waist. And the main thing is balance. The second thing is your transition pose, which I'm hitting right here, kind of weakly. I was super tired. But your transition pose should, again, accentuate balance between the lower and upper half and accentuate that tiny waist. The back pose is the most important. You do not want to bend down. The judges are below you, and you don't want to show anything that you don't want to show. So you're simply going to be pushing your lower back up toward the ceiling like there's a string pulling up, and pushing your thighs out. And then once you go back to your front pose, it's the same thing. Look at the judges, show your personality, transition back, and So guys, I kind of just wanted to share with you my daily devotional that I do every day. I read it from the book called Jesus Calling. And it's basically a devotional for every day, and it kind of just talks about as if God was speaking to you. Obviously, anybody is welcome on my channel, regardless if you're, you know, whatever you believe in. I personally, I don't consider myself too religious, but I do consider myself very spiritual. And I do believe in Christ and God, and it has changed my life. So I used to be one of those people that was very skeptical and all that, but I choose to believe. So I never try to push it on anyone else or anything, but I do love to share for those who want to listen. So for today, it reads, open your mind and heart, your entire being, to receive my love in full measure. So many of my children limp through their lives starved for love because they haven't learned the art of receiving. This is essentially an act of faith, believing that I love you with boundless, everlasting love. The art of receiving is also a discipline, training your mind to trust me, coming close to me with confidence. Remember that the evil one is the father of lies, learning to recognize his deceptive intrusions into your thoughts. One of his favorite deceptions is to undermine your confidence in my unconditional love. Fight back against these lies. Do not let them go unchallenged. Resist negative energy and the devil in my name, and he will slink away from you. Draw near to me, and my presence will envelop you in love. I love that because I feel like a lot of times, especially with those struggling with their relationship with God, it's kind of just like a skepticism, and like you're just filled with fear and worry and all this kind of stuff. But he's telling you, like, if you just build that relationship and that strength, and every day you work on your relationship with God and your faith, then those worrisome thoughts and those fearful thoughts will be easier to manage and be like, to cut them out really quick. Negative energy, because that's what, you know, that's what the devil or negative energy, whatever you want to call it, that's what they want, is for you to just not be happy and to not have that strong relationship. So I love that. But I'm gonna end this video out there with that, and I thank you guys for watching.